All right, so we have some breaking news regarding Dragon Ball Super, courtesy of Herms98 over on Twitter. Great follow. Definitely check him out. A lot of interesting translations he does, a lot of good work he does for the Dragon Ball community. Huge shout outs to Herms, as always, for getting these translations and things up for us. Now, what we have here is spoilers for episode 79 and episode 80 of Dragon Ball Super. Now, the spoilers here, the little description for episode 79 is nothing too crazy. You know, it just says the showdown between Majin Buu and Universe 9's Basil in the first round of the Omnipresent match has begun. So, you know, the Zen exhibition match, same thing. Basil's kick techniques connect one after the other, and Universe 9's Kaioshin is certain of his victory, but Buu hasn't taken any damage. So yeah, you know, just like we figured, looks like that fight is probably going to be pretty interesting, and Buu being ridiculous with his stamina and regeneration power, not going to be an easy opponent for some of these fuckers to take down, that's for damn sure. And then here we go. Here's the one that everyone's going to be looking at, and everyone is going to be talking about this over the next couple days. February 26th, Awaken the Dormant Fighting Spirit, Son Gohan's battle. So actually, it is finally happening where Gohan is going to have a true fight here in Dragon Ball Super. This is more or less basically going to be Gohan's first battle, his first true battle. I mean, if you want to count the Resurrection F stuff, I mean, I guess he did kind of fight Ginyu into Goma's body. That would have counted as a fight in some of the Frieza soldiers. But the way Frieza disrespected Gohan, just Gohan having no ability to stand up even to Frieza's first form. Obviously, Beerus pretty much one-shotted Gohan earlier. Now we're going to see Gohan actually in a true fight in a tournament setting here. Now, this is the second round of the Omnipresent match. Facing off against Universe 9's Lavender, Gohan is sprayed in the face with poison mist and loses his eyesight. Now, this is interesting because, of course, we have seen this before in Dragon Ball GT. Everyone always has to throw shade at Dragon Ball GT, but, I mean, Dragon Ball Super is taking some good things from GT, which is smart. And, you know, Goku being blinded by Ice Shenron in GT led to some interesting moments. And then continuing on, it says, unable even to sense his opponent's ki, Gohan is one-sidedly beaten around, but... Now, this is interesting. So it says, unable even to sense his opponent's ki. Now, based on the way this is written, I don't think this is necessarily talking about the poison mist that Gohan is sprayed with. By the title saying, Awaken the Dormant Fighting Spirit, I would more so say that this is due to Gohan's rustiness in battle. Now, of course, he's been doing some training with Piccolo. We will find out the true scope of that training and how effective it actually was. You know, everyone was real up in arms about that last scene in the Future Trunks arc where we saw Gohan waving goodbye to Trunks, and it looked like he was in his ultimate form, and he was sweating, possibly from training with Piccolo. Probably around here, we are going to find out for sure if that is exactly what was going on. And I do think it is because of Gohan's lack of training that he's not going to be able to sense his opponent's ki here, not because of the poison mist. Of course, this harkens back to several earlier scenes. Think of Goku fighting Frieza, realizing that Frieza could not sense his ki, so Goku was able to utilize some clever tactics during his battle with Frieza, or even take a look at Vegeto's taunting of Super Buu, where, you know, villains never learn. You have to actually feel your opponent's ki out, not just use your eyes, you fucking dummy. So, I could almost see Goku maybe, you know, screaming that towards Gohan, like, you know, hey, feel out your opponent's ki, don't just rely on your eyes, sucker, come on. Overall, I would say this is very good news. So, you know, it doesn't look like Toei is cock-teasing us anymore. They're actually going to give Gohan some screen time. They're going to give Gohan some fighting. It remains to be seen how Gohan is going to be battling, in what form. Is he going to go to ultimate form or do some sort of Super Saiyan form? No one knows. There's no talk of Super Saiyan Rage or Super Saiyan Blue, so anyone spouting out that bullshit, stop it. We know nothing about what Gohan is actually going to fight with yet. For all we know, it could just be base, because again, with his lack of training, he might not be able to do these transformations. We'll see. hang tight. February 26th, that's the time everyone's waiting for now, because we get to see Son Gohan enter into the fray yet again.